Hello there, fellow explorers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Oceaneers. Episode 3, Scouting Around Our Little Island. So the rain collector that we want is going to need more palm fronds, which is a good thing that we're at an island that happens to have a palm tree that we can cut down. That will be the next thing we do. And Marauder is rather thirsty, but if I needed to, I could always just go over to the water bin, or the food bin here that's on the raft, and just like fill his water up. So I'm going to wait for it to get even a little bit more desperate first, so that I don't waste any water. We have 2 water in storage. Okay, we have a stone pickaxe. Now that we have the stone pickaxe, we can mine that boulder there. So let's start working on the materials needed for the water collector. The rain collector, I should say. And then pretty soon, the initial beach reeds will regrow. They're at like 96%, so they'll regrow sometime today. Our work is done. Let's see. Merps, what is there for you to do? Fill salt water, I guess? And collect water? As long as there's at least 1 saltwater per solar still, it's working at full efficiency. It doesn't need more water, but topping it up periodically is obviously smart. All right. What can I have Merps work on? So the other thing we could work towards is the expedition station, which requires rope. The problem is we have like a bit of a plant fiber shortage. So maybe what I could do is go harvest this seagull nest for some palm fronds to help with that, because it's close enough to our island that it should be fine. Marauder, how's your water? Is it time for you to take a drink? I'll wait until the beach reeds are all harvested. Drink and eat, and then mine. Let's go examine this floating keypad thingy. Some sort of 4-digit code, which obviously we do not have, so that is going to be a new story objective. Oh, you hate mining, don't you? Yes. Whatever. You're already out there. Just keep doing it. Each character has their own skills, traits, and conditions. And then you need to manage their comfort and basic needs for resolve. Or they'll pack up and leave, which is enabled for this. You can disable that in the game start if you do not want them the ability to die or leave, if you want, like, training wheels. But I don't have those training wheels on. And then You also have to manage their conditions for like heat stroke, hypothermia, dehydration, etc., etc. And then they increase their skills by using them or by training. So someone like Mandrake here has maxed out his science and cannot go any higher until I have a study nook built, which will allow him to then get Science Mastery Tier 1 to level up his science farther. So that would be another good thing for us to endeavor so that he can, you know, get better at it. But the rain collector is going to be what I do next. Oh, and the seagull stealing the puddle of water, which I really don't care. I haven't even drank that puddle of water. Alright, Merps is back on the island, and we'll be harvesting the beach reeds, because we did need more plant fiber, so that's helpful. And then the reeds themselves are like edible. Albeit barely, but edible all the same. Okay, rain collector is done. Here's a primitive rain collector. And right there works. And now I'm going to research the study nook to allow for Mandrake to get even better at science, because that's a barrier for his progression. And Merps, how about we just construct the rain collector now and then go back to harvesting afterwards, because it's actively raining, so the sooner I get the rain collector, the better. Now, Marauder out here is like mining, and he's not like loving it, but his resolve is fine. His mood is fine. It's like maxed. So there's not an immediate issue with him doing a task that he doesn't like to do. He's fine. So now that the rain collector's up, we're going to want next to get the expedition station, which is rope that I mentioned. So that will be a task to work on in the queue. There we go. So, rain collector collects rainwater, and then it filters it passively into clean water. And because it's raining, it's collecting. Good stuff. And then Merps is over here finishing up the last of the mining. What was important about this rock pile was the flint. As you might have noticed, I can just equip tools at a distance instantly. And I highly suggest you have like a full set of at least the best quality tools that you can get. But you don't need a bunch of duplicate tools because you can share instantly. So the only time that it makes sense to get duplicate tools is if you're going on an expedition. Which we'll talk about once we have the expedition station built, which we don't have, so it's going to be a minute. Alright. You are up for some food and water. And I think I'm going to have Marauder go to sleep, even though it's daytime. Because everyone's a little tired, and I want them to start sleeping in shifts. So the current priority is prepare for the first expedition and build a study nook. So this has 2/5 full. It's about half full now. It's because it's 2 and then like about a half. And then once it's nearly filled, we can empty it into the waste bin here, where it just sits there waiting to be composted once I research composting. Let's have you take a break too. So as you can see, this thing is almost full of dirty water already. I took advantage of the rain today. But the solar still obviously works slower as a result of the rain. So having at least one of each, like, gets you the best of both worlds, which is nice. Alright, so the expedition station only needs one more rope, and then we can build it. And that allows us to plan expeditions, basically the RimWorld equivalent of going on a caravan. So, let's build that here. Before I go on an expedition, I think it would be wise for me to have a sunny day and to cook some meals, because that's going to help with the expedition a lot more. Also, to collect water from our rain collectors and stills, because we're going to need water on the expedition as well. So you collect water, fill salt water, harvest, harvest, harvest. With an expedition station, you can access the map for scouting and expeditions. Your home colony is in the middle of the world. You can send scouts to scout the sector first, and build a scout glider to send scouts to scout out zones. So if we open up the map here with the M key, here we are in the center, and we had a little thing that said F4, which is here. It's also important to note that this is tropical ocean, and it's all tropical ocean around us for now. As you can see, they're all tropical ocean tiles, and there's also a distance required. So we want to prepare for our first expedition by getting meals and water, and then send someone out on the scout glider to go scout it out. I'm also going to want to start to get the materials for the study nook, which is 4 rope and 4 planks. 1, 2, 3. And I'm out of beechwood, so that's going to be a bottleneck as well, but, you know, whatever. Alright, I'm going to have Mandrake start sleeping in the old school bed, the primitive bed, and then we'll switch over to the nicer one. Eventually I'll get like 2 of the burrow beds. But I don't need that right now. And I'm giving Marauder the coconut shovel because there's a dirt pile here that we can clean up. So if we inspect the island, as you can see, it's a bit of a mess because there's 1, mess, and 2, overcrowding. There are some morale things that make it look nicer that we could research, comfort items, like a standing torch or a poster frame. You know, things that we can research to try to offset the overcrowding. But ultimately, every time you build something new, it's still overcrowding. So like building something that adds to the overcrowding that is trying to make it look nicer might just be a net negative. So often I'll just like not bother. Alright, Merps is up. Merps, you continue crafting, and then Mandrake, sleep in the better bed. I know you're cold. So we are trying to make the study nook, and we're going to have to send Marauder out on the raft to gather materials for that, because we're out of beechwood. So let's get this debris here, because it's far enough away from that shark, the shark won't bother with that. And then for the next research, we'll get shower. Shower fulfills hygiene needs. Right now, our survivors all have like decent hygiene need met, but eventually we'll get stinky and require showers. And showers, interestingly enough, are like dry showers. They don't require they don't waste water. But so far, so good. So with any luck, the forecast for tomorrow will be not rain, so that I can... Yep, good, it's clear. So that I can cook some food for the trip. So we're going to make eggs on sticks. I'll make 3 of them. Driftwood tea makes you upset, but if you get food poisoning or dysentery from dirty water or bad food, this will cure it, which is better than being sick. So drinking like this water puddle here could give you dysentery. Oh, did that shark? I think the shark that was patrolling this area moved away. And I'm going to have Merps and Marauder switch, because Merps is the better salvager. No, I didn't. Drive raft. Working area. You cook. Perfect. Marauder, being our captain, is going to be the one responsible for going out on the expedition once we have the provisions required. We've got 3 meals cooking and 2 water. And that's like more than enough to go out, I think. Where are you going? I have no idea where he was headed. I didn't queue anything up in that direction. Alright, so now that the work is done, if we go and hit M and send Scout, we can choose the Scout, which would be Marauder, choose the glider, the Scout glider, and then choose the provisions. So we need 12 water and 17 food. So what I could do in this case, just to keep it simple and cheap, is like give 2 reeds and a coconut, which is more than enough provisions, so that these meals can be eaten at home. It's fine. Alright. And as you can see now, Marauder no longer exists on this map tile. Marauder is going to arrive at Sector F4 in 5 hours. So we are going to build a study nook and scout F4. There's also like a lot more resources out here, and as you can see, it's not fully obscured of Fog of War, so you can see like island crumbles and stuff. And if there's like significant enough island crumbles, mega crumbles, it's worth investigating. You know, or in this case, that's a person floating in the water. So obviously there's like, oh yeah, I found palm. That's a bigger island crumble, mega crumble. So we can also specifically target that stuff, but for now I'm just going to get the stuff closest to the island. Alright, the solar still is working overtime now. I am going to try to examine this as the sharks... Oh, you know what? Hold up. Drive the raft. I think this is... I can get it. But I'll have to time it so I don't get nipped. I mean, if you get bit by a shark, it's like not a huge deal because you can just manage yourself. I'm gonna have you come back and start working on the study nook. There we go. And in about an hour, we'll have Marauders report about the F4 sector. Nice, we've got 3 clean water to be collected as well, which would max out our water storage, which is good news. Oh, shoot. I had Marauder leave the island with the shovel. So this sand pile can't do anything about it until Marauder gets home. Which is exactly what I was referring to when I said you should have duplicate tools when you go out. But my bad. I didn't. Alright, let's collect the water. And then fill... Hey, don't nip me. I'll kick you. You know what? I'm gonna kick you now. Jerk. Okay, you win. No crab rave? Nope. I know I have a song stuck in my head. So, water limit is full. Let's go ahead and start researching the advanced research, probably. Knowing that we're getting the study nook built soon so that I can do advanced research. Unless you really, 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 really want me to, you know, let's get a deeper hole, toilet hole, to do our first, like, facility upgrade. Okay. Study nook. I will put the study nook here. And I'm going to send Mandrick to start sleeping now, even though it's like broad daylight. Marauder is 55% done scouting. And we'll have a little bit more intel about that zone at the end of the scouting session. Study nook is done. Is there anything I need to craft that I haven't yet? A shower. Yeah, let's make a shower. So current priority is scout F4 and build a shower. So a shower is going to need 2 planks, palm fronds. So the palm fronds I'm going to have to go find. And then 2 rope. So yeah, I'm going to have to collect more resources for that, but that's fine. Like I could get the palm fronds at the seagull nest. No problem. Cheers. Ooh. I think we have someone joining me, too. No. Not over there. Come here. Tusk. Husky. What you doing? Great. You've got a raft and a destination. It's time to prep for your first expedition. Open the map and select a sector with an expedition marker. Pick your raft characters, provisions, and cargo. You'll be notified when your crew arrives. Then it's your turn to take control of the expedition. So, here in Sector F4, there is an ironwood tree. There is ironhide mushrooms. There's lots of beech reeds. There is some copper. There's 2 islands. And stones. And the priority is to send an expedition to F4 and build a shower. All right, Mandrake, you're up. You continue research. And let's have Merps eat and sleep. While Marauder returns home from expedition. And I'm sending Mandrake to collect some water and refill the solar stills. You want to be the big spoon for Tusk? Yeah, she does love cuddles. The other one doesn't. Echo's not about cuddles, but Tusk loves it. Alright, water storage is now full. Sweet. Let's have a little bit more food. And then research. Oh, actually, have more food and then study. Not research. Study science. So in studying science, that allows me to exceed level 3 science. Special training is required. XP will not be gained from doing these tasks. Use a study nook to level up. Well, now Mandarek is trying to learn how to be a better scientist. Bit of a mess. As long as it stays above -50, I think we're good. Because at -50, you get a negative mood modifier. At +50, you get a positive one. I don't think we're going to get to +50, but as long as we stay away from -50, we're good. They reinvented cubicles? Yeah. Oh, this cubicle would be pretty awesome. A cubicle on the beach, surrounded by the open ocean, wouldn't bother me all that much. So we need palm fronds for the basic toilet. That's the only thing really... Or no, sorry, shower. Palm fronds for the shower. That's what we're missing. So Merps is going to be sent out to get palm fronds now that he's up. So drive the raft. And Marauder is back home, and he's going to immediately dig up the sand. Then go poo. Go to the loo. So if we want palm fronds, let's just get them from the seagull nest. 2 birds, 1 stone, because that will also give us eggs to cook. And I would like to prepare for the expedition. So for that, we already have a pick. We already have an axe. We do not have a stone shovel, which might be smart to bring. So I'm going to also queue up a stone shovel as well. Not that I think that there will be a need for it, but we might as well have it and not need it, than need it and not have it. So let's go make 3 more eggs on sticks for the expedition to F4. Oh, nice. Merps is a better harvester. Now he has a harvesting 1, salvaging 3 1/3. Cool. Where was that island I found? Ah, here it is. And then, if you're wondering about the Nook, there's like a progress bar here, starting at the Nook, so it's like a little over halfway done. It's not a massively lengthy process, which is good. And we have 7 water on the island. 5 in the barrels, 2 in the rain collector, and 1, or 8, sorry, 1 in the still. Alright, I'm going to give you the axe. And you're going to collect everything on this island. So now we have the food and the water in order to make a trip up. Oh, there we go. Day 6 begins. It's warm and clear. Nice. So we're making this stone shovel, because before I only had the coconut one, which is a tier 0 tool, not a tier 1 tool. And then back to working on what we need for the shower, which is to turn palm fronds into plant fiber and then plant fiber into rope. And then we'll have a shower. Training complete. This is a choice for you guys, left or right. So as leveling up the research, we can become a cautious observer. We have a 10% basic research speed deduction, but a -5% chance of a lab accident, or a 15% advanced research speed boost. So this is for slower basic speed, and this is for a boosted advanced speed, but then a chance for a lab accident. So, cautious or reckless. Up to you guys. Reckless it is. Well, overwhelmingly, the reckless votes came in. So, taking a look. Mandrick now is totally done with the research. And if I want to enable advanced research projects, we need to get copper ore, sand crystal, and machine part. That is what enables advanced research projects, just as a FYI. Okay, we have the stone shovel. Nice. All we have left to do for the shower is to make one rope, which is easy peasy. And then most of our immediate needs will be fulfilled with the resources found on this island and the facilities found on this island. Mad scientist pass begins. Yeah, seems like it. All right, opening up the research tree. I think a workbench would be smart to get next. There's a whole bunch that I think would be pretty useful. But we'll need to go on an expedition before really any of that, I think. So we're still prepping for that. So to that end, I'm going to have Merps go to sleep a little early, despite the fact that he's not all that tired, so that he can prepare for an expedition. Deep hole is now researched. Deep hole is an upgrade to the toilet to allow for more waste to be stored. Let's see. I will start researching small raft dock, even though I do not have the ability to get advanced research yet. Alright, Merps. You're done here. There goes the Mega Crumble. And how about you just bring it back? So we do have the shower now. And the primary goal is to send an expedition to F4. So the other thing that we can consider is anything else that we're going to want to bring with us. A soggy bandage, I think, would be wise to go on the expedition in case there's an accident. But that's probably all that we would immediately need, I think. Crude belt might not be bad to have at some point, but it's not that high up on the list. Because it just allows you to equip multiple tools. Oh, let's grab this stuff. So there's a science capsule with some sort of blueprint in it here. And Marauder is now well rested and will be sent out on expedition soon. I'm actually just going to go to the capsule. So this is blueprint 1 of 2 for blueprint number 31. So we need to find both of it, so I only have half. It's a good start. All right, knowing that I'm about to depart, I would like for Marauder's immediate needs to be completely met before I send him on an expedition, so he's not like hungry or thirsty or whatever out there. Thank you for tuning in to Oceaneers, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow islanders.